Leon, I'm wearing my new Orange Cassidy shirt, by the way. Great. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite one. I have another one where he's doing the little lazy hand thing to a painting of Jesus, which is way better.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wrestling Hour with the Brewd. I am, as always, Bud Robinson. To my left is the lovable Leon Robinson. Say hello, Leon.
Hello, Leon.
Never gets old. And to my right is the more lovable Town. Say hi, Town.
Ooh, I like being more lovable than Leon. That's pretty badass.
That's some bullshit.
I agree. I think Leon's more lovable than me, but that's just my opinion.
You know what? I checked the polls before we came on air here. I can't lie. It's numbers, it's statistics. I don't know what to tell you. So because you have found this podcast and this is going to be our second episode, and you find us so enjoyable and trustworthy, we have decided to do a year in review award show.
I think the correct answer is mysteriously sexy.
Mysteriously sexy. Yes, especially after the last episode. Town has created a gigantic list of awards, and I feel wildly underdressed and underaccomplished to name any of these. But
I mean that's because you are, but that's okay.
So I might have some curveballs, which is why I think you might hate some of my answers. But
I don't think. I think it'll be fun. I think
yeah.
the three of us, while we have very similar tastes, they're also very different.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the spice of what we are.
Yeah.
You know, because we all like certain types of matches and certain styles, but we also like, we have different things that we find entertaining. Like Leon likes giant guys that can't move.
Every show.
Well, yeah. Leon, my New Year's resolution is to be nicer to you, but I don't think it'll happen.
It's a good thing it's not in the new year yet.
That's true. Should we start off with the first one?
That seems like the best place. Sure.
All right, we're gonna start with you, Leon. Okay. Best promotion of the year.
It's gotta be AEW.
Bud Robinson.
That is correct. AEW, but I think Impact and oh my God, why can't I remember GCW? I think they could deserve some honorable mentions because they really kicked it up since AEW.
I think I'm also going to go with AEW because you have to go with AEW, but I think the Impact and the GCW. I think part of that is. Oh dear God. I think part of that is. The fact that AEW is the way they are. So I think that them growing the way they are is helping those other promotions. So
yeah, for sure. But I thought I had more to say. I don't.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think that there's a lot of promotions right now that are being very successful, and I think that the whole wrestling climate outside of one company is really, really healthy and doing really, really well. So
I can't imagine which one you're referring to. In that segue, let's talk about what is the worst promotion of the year, Town.
I'm going to go with WWE in a freaking landslide. It's not even close. Unless NXT's part of, we're going to include NXT as part of WWE.
Yeah,
because they've ruined NXT. And if you watch, if you watch that show, if you try to watch Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, it is so preposterously stupid. I can't even anymore. Everything they do sucks, and it's one of those things where they're just unlucky right now because it's like they have the magical brown fingers that everything they touch turns to shit. So and you know what? And I'll tell you what, they're smart people. And they're a big company, and they have a lot of money, and they have a lot of resources. Mm-hmm. In 2 years, they could be kicking everybody's ass, and we could be like completely forget about everything else because they're that good. But right now, I don't see it. Leon, worst company of the year.
SmackDown.
Well, that's the show. You got to go with the actual company.
SmackDown is a brand.
Okay, but then you want to go with WWE as well?
SmackDown.
I think we're getting actual Leon tonight. This is kind of fun.
Bud Robinson?
WWE. I've heard some pretty nasty stuff about ROH, but I'm not researched enough to know what that's about.
You're kind of hitting on what I was going to say, because you could also say the same about ROH, because they kind of fucked everybody over at the end.
Yeah.
But they really got effed over by the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I think I want to see how they come out of this shutdown before I
mean, to their credit, they've put over a lot of talent. Like a lot of those guys who are no longer with that company, or however you want to put that, they are getting offers elsewhere. Like Bandito and Danhausen, and
I hope Danhausen goes to AEW.
I feel like he will.
I think the beauty of WWE right now is that they have more money and more ability and more marketing. And I don't want to say they have more talent, because I don't think they have more talent anymore.
No,
I think that AEW has. I think AEW is a more talented roster, but they dropped the ball with so many things.
Yeah,
I'm a lifelong WWE fan. As much as it sounds like I hate them, I hope that they pull their head out of their ass. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
So, they act like a heel, Bud. But Bud, who is the best heel of the year?
Damn it! I don't have a primary answer. I think Daniel Bryanson is up. Brian Danielson is up there. I do have an honorable mention though for Matt Cardona.
Oh my God!
That's because Matt Cardona. I only say honorable mention because he is on my radar, but I haven't watched any of his stuff because I just got back into it. But like, he's having the time of his life.
Yep. And
he's killing it. Like, I don't see anybody else who's unsigned doing it as well. Again, I'm not experienced enough in the past year to say that, I guess, but he just seems to be killing it.
You should watch Cardona's stuff. It's really, really good.
I will.
Leon Robinson, heel of the year.
Malachi Black.
Oh, I like that answer a lot.
I was going to say that.
You know what I like about Malachi is he's just his presentation and everything is so cool, and you want to cheer for him, but then he's an absolute dick.
Yes,
it's totally perfect. Now, if I had to pick best heel of the year, it's the person that everyone wants to punch in the face every time they see him, and that would be MJF.
Yeah,
I mean, just like straight up,
it's
MJF.
hard. It's hard to argue with that.
However, there's another person that is a huge heel that has done an amazing job, and that is Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
because Roman Reigns is easy to hate for some reason. I don't know why. But I would go with MJF over Roman Reigns.
I think maybe if the wrestling climate was a little different, I would probably say that.
I think Roman's hurt by the fact that the company, there's no baby faces.
Yeah.
There's no baby faces.
Roman is the reason that SmackDown has got my worst promotion.
You do hate Roman. That's true. I understand that. I think Roman's done good work. I think he's done the best work of his career, but at the same time, when you just have one bad guy that just dominates everybody and never has anything bad happen to him, it's kind of like...
sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It's stupid. There's no point.
Yeah.
Because every single guy, like Cesaro got that push for a little bit. Oh my God, then he goes and fights Roman and gets destroyed, and then he's just back to mid-card. So that was frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Leon, you sound talkative. Who's the best babyface of the year? This one's really fucking hard.
Hangman.
Hangman? Yeah.
Hangman. Gotta be Hangman.
You know, I am gonna go right ahead, and I'm gonna agree with Leon. And I'm gonna agree with Leon because that story arc of him winning that championship, and then the response when he won the belt, I cared.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I don't care because I'm a cynical asshole. But I'm gonna go with Hangman Adam Page as well. Bud Robinson?
Eddie Kingston.
Ooh.
I just think that he's on fire. He was on fire this year.
I will give you that. He feels like a tweener so often to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Moxley.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
I think it's when he, I don't know. I read him more often than not as a anti-hero, and so I often see him as like especially after that piece that he wrote. I see him even more as like the anti-hero, even when he's beating up at guys that I like when he's mouthing off to CM Punk. I still see him as the face because I think in that situation he seems like the underdog.
I think he was. I think that CM Punk is not going to be a babyface by the end of next year.
No, I don't think so.
He's going to be evil, vicious, asshole. I don't give a fuck, CM Punk, and we're all going to just go crazy. Because it's going to be fucking no restraints. It's going to be fucking awesome.
I'm enjoying his current run. I'm enjoying how he's sort of playing with the idea of being a face, and how that can change. But I want to see him be a heel.
Yeah, because he's one of the best heels in the business.
Yes.
All right, bud. Best storyline of the year.
Oh shit! This is another one I don't have anything written down for.
That's okay. I'm pulling Ollie's off the top of my head.
Sure.
Out of my booty hole.
I sort of like Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb, but that's kind of. I mean, that's low. They haven't given a lot of press to that, you know?
Dude, I don't know, though, because I think you are right. I think that is one of the better storylines of the year. The way that it played out. They told a perfect story, and I think that is a fucking brilliant answer. Because it's a brilliant answer. Bud Robinson, thank you very much.
Of course.
Leon Robinson, give us some gold. What's the best storyline of the year?
Oh, it's got to be Page's path to the title.
I would. I think
redemption.
Yeah, I think. I think that's one. I almost, I hate to constantly agree with Leon, but I'm going to have to agree with Leon because I think that's the best storyline of the year. Like his path to redemption, the way it all played out. The thing I liked about that storyline this year was he kept winning, and it felt for like a little while like he was just going to keep winning and not lose and then go fight Omega. And then randomly he lost to, who the hell did he lose to? Brian Cage. And then they turned that into a little angle, and then they did a little more with him, and it wasn't just like they built him up instantly and fed him to Omega. They took that time. And then he had the number one spot, then he lost, and then he came back and re-got it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. I agree with you, Leon. All right, Leon, I want you to go first in this next one because I think I know what it's gonna be. What is the worst storyline of the year?
Okay, when you're typing this down, I need it to be in all caps.
Okay, let me put this in all caps. Yeah,
Roman.
Right. Okay, Roman. You want an exclamation point after that?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Perfect.
So why are we going with Roman, Leon?
Because that's complete. Like that singular story has just turned me off of the whole fucking show. I can't even watch it. Like it's that bad. I have zero interest. Like you were talking about, he just fucking runs over anybody and everybody. Like anytime you think a face he's going up against might have some steam, he just runs him the fuck over, and then okay, on to the next one, and it's just trash.
You're not wrong, Leon. How about you, Bud Robinson? You're smiling, Bud. It's good. Leon, you are on fucking fire tonight. I love it.
You are.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but I think that you give us your best stuff when you're sleep deprived.
It's true.
I feel like I'm going to get flack for this, but and I came in halfway through, admittedly, but the Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy thing, I didn't really get it. It was like Orange Cassidy, or Matt Hardy was mad at Orange Cassidy for some reason, and then he's like, I'm going to shave your head.
I don't like you.
I was like, what is this? I don't get...
I'm going to agree with you and say that was a very odd angle.
Yeah.
And I think I almost feel like they had nothing for those two to do.
Yeah.
And they were looking for something to Matt Hardy to do, and they stuck him with Orange Cassidy. But the whole layout of the thing was, and then the payoff was stupid. You know, they drug it on way too long.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stopped. Like I stopped giving a shit.
Did they ever actually shave somebody's head from that one?
Yeah, the one guy. That one. What's his name? Not Angelico, the other guy. Jack Evans.
Jack Evans, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They shaved his head? Okay.
I just made that connection because he was on Rampage last week, fighting. I don't remember who the hell he was fighting.
Yeah.
But I was like,
doing lots of flips.
I that feud to me was not well thought out. That was just kind of a. I don't think these guys have anything to do. So I agree with you. I mean, you're not going to get flack for that one.
All right, cool.
Yeah, no, it was more. They just were looking for something for both of them to do. Like, hey, let's put them together.
Yeah,
and I don't think they had a long-term plan. My pick for worst feud or worst storyline is Cesaro gets a push and then gets the rug pulled out from under his feet because they built him up so much and then they just
him and there was another one too. Daniel Bryan.
It's so confusing.
They did that to so many people over the last year and a half, 2 years, ever since the whole tribal chief thing has started.
I like how we just have a Roman and caps on there with 6 exclamation points. I will say though that all 3 of those storylines sucked for different reasons. The Roman one sucks because it's repetitive and you're just killing all your babyface. The Orange Cassidy Hardy one was just weird and it just. My opinion on that one is Matt Hardy's on the decline, and they're trying to make Matt Hardy like this businessman who does all this stuff. I don't like Matt Hardy's character.
Yeah,
I like Matt Hardy. I like Matt Hardy as a wrestler. I think the Hardy family organization or whatever is stupid.
Yeah,
and I think that in terms of AEW, I think Orange Cassidy is a bigger star than Matt Hardy, and I think it was trying to make Matt Hardy relevant, and it didn't work. Because if you watch Orange Cassidy last night in that fucking triple threat, or not the triple threat, the 3 versus 3, the 6-man tag, that dude is so good when he wants to be. He's just, oh my god. And then I, honest to God, wish Cesaro would have left WWE. I wish he would have left WWE. Just like Kevin Owens, they shouldn't be there. They should be somewhere else because they're just not going to get. They're not going to get what they need there because they're going to be looked at as.
Owens not leaving is pretty shocking.
Yeah, but they gave him a crap load of money. So I think it's a matter of, we'll put you in a title match now and then, but you're never going to be the champion. So it's just like your upper mid card forever.
You know what I heard about?
And here's this dump truck of cash.
Yep, pretty much.
You know what I heard about Kevin Owens is that he's at Disney World like constantly with his family, and so I have to imagine that a boatload of money would go a long way because he's, he gets all sorts of time with his family. Like he basically gets as much family time as he wants, and then he goes and spends it at Disneyland. Like, yeah, I'll stick around for that.
They paid him a lot more, I think, than AEW would have paid him too, though. I think that's the other thing. I think at the end of the day, it was a smart move for him, and he'll be in their main event scene forever. He's just never going to get that run. He's never going to be the guy. Whereas I think if he went to like. The other thing is he's getting a little older, but I think if he went to like an AEW or an Impact, His Impact has some momentum too.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he went there, he could actually have a run as champion, and kind of, especially in like AEW. I think him and Zayn should have went.
Or even if he just held out, even if he just holds out for a couple of years, because right now their deck is so stacked in AEW that like if he holds off, sort of like I know this wasn't exactly what Punk was doing, but like Punk didn't come in to AEW right when he could have, right? Yeah. And so that extra couple of years helped build his mythos coming into the company. I think the same could happen with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Leon, you ready?
What?
Best gimmick.
I think I'd have to go with Malachi still. The whole presentation, his entrance,
I think the thing
freaking Shao Kahn mask he wears, like all that shit.
The thing that amazes me about Malachi Black is about how much he gets it. And you can tell that when he went down to the Performance Center in NXT, that dude, everything he learned, he listened to. And then they fired him and handed him to another company, and he's using all that shit in the other company.
Yeah.
It's just his I honestly think he has the best presentation in AEW. I don't think anybody's on his level. It's like he just gets it. He just gets it. Bud Robinson, best gimmick.
I mean, would it be boring for me to say Malachi Black? I don't think you can get any better than him right now, gimmick wise. And there's so many wrestlers in AEW who aren't gimmicks necessarily. They are who they are. Yep. I mean, certainly OC is. Should stop calling him that. Orange Cassidy is up there, but Malachi Black is killing it.
I agree. Malachi Black's killing it, but I'm not going to go with Malachi Black. You know who I'm going to go with.
Yeah.
I got to go with Orange Cassidy.
I had to ride the fence a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Orange Cassidy, or to me, like I said, he's such a different. It's unique. Everything about him is unique. But I will say, presentation-wise, and not just in AEW, in all of wrestling, nobody's touching Malachi Black. Nobody's touching him.
That's true.
Oh, here we go, Leon. You just go right now, man. What's the worst gimmick of the year?
The Tribal Chief.
I think I can guess a few of the other ones.
Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. Okay. This one I find really hard. There's a lot of struggles I have with this one. All right, I'm gonna go with all of NXT 2.0. I know that's not fair and that sounds like a cheat. It's just that bad. Everything they're doing on there is just shit. And there's other people that I think could get this, but NXT 2.0 is that bad. Like Matt Hardy's gimmick right now, I don't much care for it. And it's hard to watch, and it's stupid. But when you have a guy named Braun Breaker and another guy named Von Wagner walking around, your show sucks. Your show freaking sucks.
I didn't know about Von Wagner.
He looks like a mix between the Great Khali and Edge.
Oh my god!
You need to Google a picture of him, Von Wagner.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and then they have another guy who's like talking about safe spaces, and they have like it's just there's that NXT 2.0 is so bad. It's like a weird combination of 1980s overly gimmicked, and at the same time they're trying to be like attitude people. And they had a segment. Was it this week or last week about someone went to a restaurant and didn't know what fucking sushi was, and they ate sushi, and they made a big deal about sushi being so exotic. I want to be like, dude, it's 2021. Everybody in the fucking world knows what sushi is. Like, this is stupid. It's fucking stupid. So yeah, it's got to be NXT 2.0. It just has to be.
You nailed it with Von Wagner.
Yeah, it's exactly what he looks like. And he's not bad. Like, he's got size, he's got a look, he's a decent enough wrestler, but his freaking name is Von Wagner. I don't care.
Yeah.
You might as well call them Baron Von Butthole. I mean, that's just a bad name. Baron Von Butthole. We're shitting on WWE and NXT, but
a little bit. I mean, did we expect any different?
No. Male Wrestler of the Year. I'm gonna go first because this is super easy. Kenny freaking Omega, because hands down. I mean, it's Kenny Omega. Leon.
Bryan Danielson.
It's a fair answer. Are you sure it's not Roman Reigns? Leon?
No, this is not worst wrestler of the year, Town. This is male wrestler of the year.
I can guess what his answer is going to be for worst wrestler of the year. You know, I just watched a clip of Von Wagner, and I'm going to have to go with him as wrestler of the year.
Yeah, fuck you, you're not. That's not
good. Bryan Danielson.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's why. Kenny Omega is great. He's amazing. But this has not been his year. He got beat up a lot this year.
He did, but I think the championship reign he had this year was fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
I get Bryan Danielson though too, because he main evented WrestleMania in a shitty match that I didn't like because I thought it was stupid. He left WWE, he came to AEW, and when he came to AEW, he's had like 2 5-star matches, and everything he's done has been just fucking amazing. So I fully get it, but I think this was Kenny Omega's year.
Okay.
But I agree he's beat up. I agree that he's beat up.
Yeah.
Leon, we're just going to go with you, worst wrestler of the year. How do you want me to spell Roman this time? All caps, different font.
I would like for you to spell it L-E... what is it? Leikeki?
Oh, I'm not doing that. I know. Leaky. Take a leaky. Yeah. Roman Reigns. Okay, but you gotta say, why is Roman Reigns the worst wrestler of the year?
Because his gimmick and he has the same match every fucking time.
Okay.
Goldberg.
Even against friggin' Cena, when I got to go to SummerSlam. It was the same shit. I was like, "Oh, me, yay! Cena's gonna get it off him and then he's gonna set the record with this, and it's gonna be great." And then he didn't, and it was crap.
All right, Bud Robinson, worst wrestler of the year. This one's hard. I think this one's hard too.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I don't know. The one that comes to mind is actually a tag team, which is RK Bro. They're very cringy.
RK Bro. Okay. That's totally fine.
I mean, I get... No, it's just cringy and it bugs me. It keeps me up at night. It doesn't actually, but like... Because I don't watch WWE. But if I did, it would keep me up at night. I'm like, just make this guy do something else. So yeah, I guess that's my answer. That's my best.
RK Bro.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Right, female wrestler of the year, Leon. Why should I write down Charlotte Flair? No, maybe. No.
Well, you shouldn't.
Who do you got, Leon?
Sass.
Shit.
I think we're gonna have 3 completely different answers on this one, and I'm really excited about it.
Come back to me. Give me a second.
Bud Robinson?
Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
That was a very good answer.
I think the women's division in AEW is awesome. There are a lot of great wrestlers.
It was not. When they first started, it was awful. And then they got some traction, and now their women's division is off the charts.
For sure. But I mean, you could pick a lot of women. I think Thunder Rosa, not knowing her work, I was surprised by how behind her the fans got. And then when I actually watched her match, I was like, oh yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, she's really
fucking
good.
Awesome.
I will go next. I'm going to go with Britt Baker, DMD. I don't think anybody had a better year than her. I think she owned it. The other thing about her was when she first came into AEW, she was green, and some of her early matches, there was like noticeable moments where she looked completely lost, and she was a babyface and it didn't work. And then she turned heel and she got hurt, which was the best thing that ever happened to her because she got to figure out her character. And then when she came back, she was so red hot. And when she won the belt, even though she's a heel, she gets this huge pop, and she's getting good matches out of people. I think that's a big thing for her. I think she's the biggest woman star in wrestling right now, and I think there's a reason for it. I think if Vince McMahon could get her in 3 seconds, he would. He would love to have her. I don't ever see that happening.
I don't think he's going to.
No, there's no fucking way.
No fucking way. Leon.
They'd have to have a much larger dump truck than what they offered to Kevin.
Oh yeah.
You
have an answer?
I'm gonna be kind of contrary, but let's go with Sheeta. Her reign earlier.
No, I get it. Sheeta, I think Sheeta had such good matches. Sheeta's a really good wrestler. I always thought the problem with Sheeta was it's really hard to care about her character because they never do anything with her besides have her wrestle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they never have her fucking talk, but I mean...
She can't.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. See, I knew we'd have different answers, but I
give her a mouthpiece. Fuck.
Perfect segue, Leon. Best manager of the year. Who wants to go first? I can go first. You guys want me to go first?
Sure. Go first.
All right. Best manager of the year. I'm going to go with Don Callis.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah.
Do you agree with that one, bud?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he did such a good job with Kenny Omega, and he did such a good job with everything. He was such a hated motherfucker. When he screwed over Orange Cassidy at that pay-per-view in the triple threat where Orange Cassidy should have been the world champion because he fucking pinned Kenny Omega, I wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
I literally wanted to kill him.
I mean, Don Callis has always been that guy. He's always been great at being the guy everybody wants to kill. Like, that's his safe place.
That is
his happy place, if you will.
Heel.
I thought his safe place was taking care of freaks in the oddities in 1998.
Oh my god!
Or 99.
Was that was Don Callis?
Yeah, he was the Jackal.
Oh god, that's right. I'm gonna forget that happened. I don't want to remember that at all.
Really, first he had the Truth Commission, which made no sense. Then he went to the oddities. Then he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Leon Robinson, who do you got for best manager?
I can't come up with anybody better than Don.
Oh, what about Paul Heyman with his buddy Roman?
No, that's tainted.
I mean,
that's the thing.
Paul Heyman is great, but like best manager of this year, no.
I thought his character was he wasn't really a manager this year. Like when he was with Lesnar, yeah, he was. We're gonna move on, Leon, to the best debut of 2021.
Good call.
Who wants to go first? This one's super fucking easy, I think.
I'll go.
Oh, yeah.
Go, bud. You got it.
Hook.
Oh! Yes! Hook was good.
Oh, they just like...
Okay. When I say debut, I mean debut in a company, or are we talking initial debut?
I think either.
Okay.
Debut in a company. Yeah.
Yeah, Hook was good. They did the... I can't believe they built him up, and then I never gave a shit about Hook, and then they start talking about him wrestling. I'm like, I want to see this fucking wrestle.
Yeah.
And then he went out there and just fucking kicked ass.
Yeah.
He's already kind of died for me.
Why?
When
Leon's over it.
No, seriously. When he I can get them have him being a technical monster and all that, but when they had whichever one of the bears fucking spike him with a whatever sit down tombstone basically, and he just stands up out of it, dude twice his fucking size spiking him on his head, and he just completely no-sold it. I was done.
Okay, but
I thought that was,
but that's a callback.
I would have accepted him kicking out of it, but
that is
just standing up and no-selling it. That was
perhaps you know this, but that is a callback to Taz versus Lawler in ECW. I think that's why they did that. I watched a video of it on Reddit this morning. I was like, oh, yeah. It's almost exactly the same thing.
He doesn't have the 3-foot wide neck of his dad, though.
Yeah, but there's still, he's still stacked.
I think there's a serious point here, Bud, that you're missing. Mm-hmm. And I think the problem that Leon has is that Hook's really not that big. So the Bear Country guy should have won.
I didn't say he should have won. I'm just saying that one spot killed it for me. Like, seriously, if they would have had him cover him and get a 1 count, get a 2 count, and then kick out, and then start firing back up, but just, I mean, I'll take the whole callback to his dad's thing with Lawler, but that makes it less shitty to me. But it was meh.
I think if they would have had him come in and fought like somebody higher up the card and do that, then okay. But I think with the Bear Country guy, now I like Bear Country too. I think if they're handled right, they could be okay. And that's the one thing I really like about AEW is the way that they, if they had the way they handle their tag teams is so, it's perfect. And they kind of bring them up, and they put them down, they bring them up, and they slowly build them. Leon, I'm going to pass it on to you. Best debut of the year.
Oh, it's Punk in Chicago.
I kind of figured you were going to say that.
Well, I mean, was there any other way to go?
I'm looking at that. I'm not going to go with that one. And here's why I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with the Full Gear debuts.
Yeah.
And here's why I'm going to go with that is the Punk one was insane, but I think the Punk one falls in a different category. I think the Full Gear debuts are the night that the ball kind of moved in the whole platform of wrestling switch, and it made AEW more fucking legitimate because they landed 3 huge stars with 3 huge responses. And Ruby Soho, who's going to be the afterthought of that forever, is fucking fantastic. And her character's over, and it's great. And then you get, everybody thinks it's Bryan Danielson, and then out comes fucking Adam Cole, and the place loses their shit. And then you're just like, wow, they're going to end it like that. And then fucking Bryan Danielson comes out. To me, I just think that was the best. Simply because it switched the whole power in the wrestling world, I guess. Bud Robinson, most lackluster debut.
Yeah, I don't know.
Leon. Somebody has a clock going in the background. That's Bud. Is it a bomb or a clock? Okay.
It's not a bomb.
Okay, good.
If it is, it's a
I can't go up with anything for lackluster debut.
So the most lackluster debut of the year is going to be fucking NXT 2.0.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
I mean, how can it not? I mean, it was just, we're gonna bring back NXT, and we're putting it for everybody because you're all gonna agree with me on this one.
I do.
So they changed the logo. They had this company that was so great, that was so fucking popular, and they made it look like a freaking Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And they make this huge deal about it, and then this show comes out, and it's just bad. There's nothing positive you can say about it. Would you agree with that, Leon?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's all we say. We fucking hate NXT. All right, here we go. This is the one I forgot to add that I added on later. Tag Team of the Year.
Ooh.
Yes. I don't know how I forgot it because we were like the greatest tag team ever, me and you, Bud.
Yes.
And Leon, you were there.
I was a good tag team.
It was. You were the best tag team, Leon. You were amazing.
Leon was the tag
The best tag team ever.
So Leon, best tag team. You want to tell me why you're picking the Usos?
Why you treat me with such disrespect, Kyle?
F, Mary, kill. All right, you ready? F, Mary, kill, Leon. Usos. Okay. Usos. Young Bucks. FTR.
Well, I'm gonna kill the Usos.
Okay.
And the Bucks I'm gonna kill. And the Bucks I'm gonna kill. And
it's not how this works.
And FTR I'm gonna marry.
Okay. Put Robinson best team of the year. This one, we're gonna fight about this one. I love stuff like this. RK Bro, right?
Yes, RK Bro.
I hope to fucking God Leon picks RK Bro.
If RK Bro came to AEW, I might take that.
As an almost.
But in WWE, they're just so cringy.
Because everything's cringy there.
It's true. I can't remember their tag team name. In Death Triangle?
The Lucha Brothers?
Yeah, the Lucha Brothers. How did I forget that?
Yeah, we don't know.
They're the best, but I can't remember their names.
Those two guys in masks. Leon Robinson, best tag team of the year. I don't know how to type that.
FTR.
Okay, so you're both wrong because it's the Young Bucks.
You're wrong, Colonel Sanders.
The Young Bucks had an incredible. FTR had a good year. I don't think FTR had as good year as the Lucha Brothers or the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
I think they lost the belts and they kind of got shuffled to the back. They weren't bad, don't get me wrong, but I think the Young Bucks, everything they did was gold. All right. Leon, best announcer. Michael Cole?
Excalibur.
Yeah, Excalibur. Hey, Leon. I'm gonna go with Excalibur. I agree with you. Bud Robinson?
I enjoy how he can call the matches and still tell stories.
It's pretty impressive.
I love how he continuously, because Shivani and JR, and then when JR was gone, Shivani and Taz always go off on these tangents about other things, like how Shivani has a weird... And Excalibur's he's always the one that brings him back. So I have to go with Excalibur too.
I think if you watch any show and you just watch him, it's just this guy's fucking great.
Yeah.
Okay. Worst announcer. There's been 46 Raw announcers, so I don't know which one to pick. But, worst announcer. Leon, you go first.
I don't like Pat McAfee.
Okay, but he's a color commentator, not an announcer.
Oh, my bad.
We have color commentators coming up.
I'm gonna go with Pat McAfee as well.
Hey, guys, follow the fucking rules. Announcer, we're getting the color commentator.
Michael Cole.
I saw that coming from a mile away.
Town, you sounded a little annoyed by that answer.
No, but I too am gonna go with Michael Cole because I listen to him and I just immediately sigh. And it doesn't matter what he's talking about. It doesn't matter what he's doing. I'm so tired of him.
He's pretty much he's Vince's voice on air.
Yeah, and I don't think it's his fault, and I think he could be a fine announcer. But he's just it's just to the point with him where I'm like, dude, I don't want to listen.
He's there to get paid. That's cool.
But are you gonna?
Yeah, I'll agree with Michael Cole. Michael Cole is the main reason why I didn't watch WWE for a long time with announcers. I just muted the whole thing. I'm just like,
damn.
Yeah, but he's so. It's and it's not his fault. It's Vince's fault. commentary done.
Yeah.
So I think Michael Cole's a smart guy. But
Yeah.
Okay, best color commentator. I will go first. I'm going to go with Taz because 75% of the time, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he makes no sense, and I love it.
Yes. Especially recently, I feel like the last month or so, he's just gone so off the rocker.
Him and Excalibur. Him and Excalibur. Do you want to go with Taz too?
Yeah.
Him and Excalibur together are fucking hilarious.
Yes, they are.
It's just like, what? Leon?
Yeah.
You going with Taz as well?
Yeah.
All right, so Taz it is. He's fucking back. All right, Leon, you lead this one then. Worst commentator? Why is it Pat McAfee? How the fuck do you spell Pat McAfee?
I think MCAFE.
Okay, it's Pat McAfee. I got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Why is it Pat McAfee?
He's just fucking annoying. I feel like he's not that like. How to put this? I
wish I had a podcast like his, but instead I have this. Instead of AJ Hawk, I get fucking Leon.
Which isn't so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have no Super Bowl rings.
No. AJ Hawk has one. One is more than none.
Sure is.
It's like he's just there to fuck around. Like, I don't think color commentator's supposed to add to the show, not detract from it.
Fair. Robinson, who do you, Bud, of the Robinson variety, who do you got?
I'm just trying to be supportive with Leon. I don't know any other color commentators.
I know a ton. Taz is one. Ricky Starks is one.
I like Ricky Starks, though.
He barely talks.
This last one, he had quite a back and forth with Taz. The last Rampage.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like Ricky Starks in the color commentary, is because he gets back and forth with Taz.
Who I cannot stand on color commentary, and it's gonna surprise you, but it would be Chris Jericho. I love Chris Jericho, and in color commentary, I think he's worse than Pat McAfee. It's just like, it's so cringe.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think he's on color commentary anymore, because it's just not good. Especially on Rampage. Him on Rampage was just rough. But I'm going Jericho.
All right.
Who are you going to go, Bud?
I accept that. Jericho.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Leon just has it out for Pat McAfee. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Okay, best wrestling TV show.
I don't get the big deal with him.
Why is Leon? Why is SmackDown the best wrestling TV show?
Oh, we're in opposite world today. Okay.
Yes, we are. Town and I both agreed before we came on.
Yes, sir. In opposite world, SmackDown is the best wrestling TV show ever. Or did we time travel back to 2006? Or 2003?
I don't know.
Anyhow. Yeah.
I've lost you.
It's Dynamite, and it's not close.
Yeah, I totally fucking agree with that. It's Dynamite by a long shot. Bud?
I don't know how to put this. Dynamite, for sure, is a great show. I really love Choco Pro Live.
What?
Choco Pro Live. It's on YouTube. Who runs it? I think Emi Sakura. It's essentially...
How do you spell it?
CHOCO.
CHOCO.
PRO.
Is that one word or two?
One word.
Live. Okay, I feel like you are just going out on a limb to be different.
Yeah. To some extent, for sure. Because I knew we were all going to say Dynamite, but I think this show deserves some spotlight because they are doing something that I've never seen done before. it's very similar. Like, it reminds me a lot of WWA. They are in this tiny gym, and like when they were doing it, I saw it when they were when like all the big companies were on lockdown, right?
You've just compared something to us in a good way. That's crazy. Okay.
Yes. But it's like they're in like a little dance studio, and it's just the people who are wrestling, and they have some big guys on there. Like I'm on their web page right now. They have it's mostly people who are in Japan though. Lulu Pencil is there. Jay Lethal apparently wrestled there.
Do they have? You said it's like us, like we were. Do they have a big, tall guy who's a questionable worker running around with a giant dildo?
No dildos yet.
Okay, just checking.
Then they're terrible.
Obviously.
Fuck it. Never mind. I scratch it all.
Awful. Inexcusable. How do you have a wrestling company in this day and age without a giant dildo? How?
I think pretty easily, actually. If you want to stay on TV. All right, worst wrestling TV show. Leon, go. SmackDown. Why?
SmackDown. Because of the dominant fucking theme there. Let's jerk off Roman. And fucking 20,000 times his cousins should have turned on him by this point. And haven't.
I agree that SmackDown sucks. But I don't think SmackDown sucks as bad as Raw. Because Raw is a 20-minute idea stretched out into 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it's just a time waster.
It's been like that for a long time. The
3 hour thing was a fucking mistake.
Yeah. I have many times thought, hey, this could be an hour and a half show. Yeah. This could be an hour long show. Yeah. Like, fuck it.
What Hulu does.
Take out the other shit.
Are you going with Raw or SmackDown, bud? Because it's one or the other.
Raw.
Yeah, I think Raw's bad. I think they pay more attention to SmackDown too, so some of the other stuff on SmackDown isn't quite as bad.
No. I take that back. NXT 2.0, because they forked up a show that was incredible, and just like it's irritating. It's incredibly irritating, especially considering they still have some of those guys who made NXT great, and now they're just shitting on them. Like Ciampa.
We should send WWE some trophies with the shit printed on it. Here's one for Raw. Here's one for SmackDown. Here's one for NXT. All right.
Three-way tie.
All right, here we go. Best event of the year. Should I go?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Sure.
Full Gear. It has to be Full Gear. Like I said before, that show kind of changed the landscape, everything that was going on, and it was fucking from start to finish. That show was good. Nothing on it was bad. Not even the Big Show match. That was the only enjoyable Big Show match I've seen in like 10 years. And I like the Big Show. Yeah. Not as much as Leon. Leon gets chubbed for him, but
Big Show versus Strowman was actually pretty good.
See, chubb.
It was.
Oh, I'm going to have to edit so much of this podcast.
You're not. You can keep that. I stand by that comment.
What was the most recent AEW event?
I think it was Full Gear.
No.
It wasn't?
No.
All Out?
No, All Out. All Out was before Full Gear, I thought. All Out was in the summer.
Wait, All Out is... Wait a minute. All Out is the one where that Brian and those guys debuted, and Full Gear was a recent one. I'm going with All Out. Pardon me. I made a mistake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I'm going All Out. Are you going to Full Gear, Leon, or are you going All Out?
I'm going Full Gear.
Okay. Both of those are acceptable. The only reason I'm going All Out is because it changed everything. Full Gear, that title change was amazing. So... yeah. But Robinson, what random weird show are you going to pick? Well, you see, these four guys had a wrestling match in a parking lot in Duluth, Minnesota. And 6 people saw it on YouTube, but it was really good.
Isn't that how Eddie Kingston got his shot in AEW?
I don't know.
Well,
we got a shot from
Full Gear.
We got a shot from Cody's Open Challenge for the TNT title.
Yeah, but wasn't it in a parking lot?
No.
I swear it was.
No.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Anyway, it's not like I watched it. I heard about it after the fact. Well, I mean, Full Gear and All Out is the easy answer. I really enjoyed the last night of the G1 climax. Even though, I mean, most of the matches were fine. I really loved Okada and
Kota Ibushi.
But he fucked up his arm. And they had a match between whatever. I'm gonna forget all the guys' names. I thought it was a good. I thought the last night of the G1 climax was good. It was a refreshing comeback to NJPW for me, and I enjoyed it.
So are you going with the G1 climax?
Yeah, G1 climax night 21 or whatever it was, the last night.
G1 climax last night.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing good. Okay.
Last night.
Oh, worst event of the year.
I'll happily go first.
Yeah.
I watched exactly 0% of it, but I'm going to go with Crown Jewel.
I will be completely honest with you. I too am going with Crown Jewel.
I remember reading the results and I was like, I don't want to watch this. This sounds wretched.
There's a double-edged sword with that. It's not only did it suck, what they did to get there and all the bullshit that's going on and all the fucking things they're doing that are shitty.
Yeah.
Outside of it, make it even fucking worse.
Yes. Yeah. You know, the worst part, at least for me, is for Christmas, I got that DVD.
Seriously?
My aunt bought me a stack of wrestling DVDs, which would normally be awesome, but they are... I'm sorry, Aunt Cindy, you bought me a stack of 2020 and 2021 WWE DVDs, and it's going to be very difficult for me to watch those.
What the hell did you do wrong to deserve that? My God.
She doesn't know about AEW. I tried to share that with her, and I guess she didn't get it.
Naughty list for Bud Robinson. Leon, Leon, worst event of the year? You should just
SummerSlam.
You were there.
Yep.
You popped really hard for Becky.
I did.
Is that the show she came back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then they fucking fed what's-her-face to her in 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it?
That was so stupid. Really fucking stupid.
Now she does the rock bottom.
What's the worst match of the year?
Oh, Christ.
Yeah. I have an easy answer for this. And it's going to be WrestleMania Night 1. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. Nothing else was that stupid. And nothing. I was terrible, and it was stupid, and it killed that character, and it was fucking awful. That's my choice. Leon?
That's an excellent choice.
Yeah. Are you going to steal it? Is that your plan?
No, I was just complimenting you.
Thank you. What are you going to go with?
That's a fantastic choice. I was going to go with, I don't remember the pay-per-view, but the Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns match after Bryan had won, what was it, the Elimination Chamber or whatever?
That would be at Elimination Chamber. That's the name of that pay-per-view.
Okay. Yeah. I just, as I was saying it, remembered that it was after a chamber match. I couldn't remember what kind of match it was that he had won. Yeah.
That was about when I started tuning out on WWE pay-per-views. I saw that and I'm like, this is stupid. The other match that really irritated me was the Edge versus Randy Orton in the greatest match ever.
Oh, God.
This year or was that last year? I don't even remember. These years are running together. Either way, that fucking sucked. I think that was the year before, but that sucked. All right. Best match of the year, Bud Robinson, go.
Oh, I'm going first? Shit.
Yeah, you are. Don't take forever.
Well, then somebody else should go first, because I don't know.
All right, Leon, best match of the year.
Roman Reigns versus Cesaro.
Yeah!
Sight?
What do you want?
It's gonna be Brian and Kenny.
That was a good goddamn match. It was.
Two of the absolute best.
I'm going to go Bryan Danielson against Hangman Adam Page. Because I thought that was even better. I like that match, 60 minutes, 55 minutes.
One A and one B.
Yeah, they're kind of interchangeable. Those two were pretty fucking next level. I was going to pick an Orange Cassidy match from AEW Dark, but I thought Leon might get mad.
I'll have to say...
Wait. Whoa.
That's what makes you happy.
I could piss you both off at once.
Uh-oh.
AEW Dark, Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Fucking hell. Did that actually happen?
What's wrong with you, man?
I feel like you made just a piss
that
me
one
off.
really happened. Orange Cassidy won.
Downey woke up today and fucking chose violence.
No, Danielson Hangman was amazing. Danielson Omega was amazing. Those were just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Now Bud's about to pick some out in left field.
No, I'll go with Danielson Omega. I enjoyed other matches, but Danielson Omega was like a dream match for me. I mean, I think I even called it on our chat. I was like, I would love to see those two wrestle, and then like 2 weeks later, they're like, fuck yeah.
I think the issue there is Omega was beat up. I think when he comes back, I think he needs to have. I think they need to do that, but I think Omega's coming back as face.
Probably. It seems like they're going that way.
I think Adam Cole and Fish and the other guy whose name I've forgotten. I can't believe I forgot his name because he's really important. O'Reilly, yeah.
Come on.
I think they're going to go heel. I think they're going to turn the Young Bucks face, and then Omega's going to come back as a face, and that'll be a hell of a 6-man feud.
I think Cole is setting up revenge because they kicked him out of the Elite.
They killed him. Yeah. You need to watch Being the Elite.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, hold on. Just to be different, Daniel Bryan versus Minoru Suzuki. I forgot about that match, and I feel like an asshole for forgetting that. But I don't remember anybody's name, so...
Do you want that one on there, or do you want the one I have?
Yeah. We might as well have it on there. That was an amazing match. All three of them were amazing matches.
I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how to spell it.
M-N-O are you? There you go.
Okay. All right.
What the fuck just happened?
I'm updating the Google Doc. Apparently watching you like a fucking hawk.
Carry on.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Worst wrestling moment of 2021.
Learning that Kevin Owens re-signed.
Is that what yours is, bud?
It is. I get why he did it, and I don't begrudge him at all for doing it. I get it. Moving to AEW messes up a bunch of stuff, and it's scary to change. But it just made me so sad.
All right.
And money is nice.
Yeah.
Leon, what do you got for worst moment?
Roman Reigns' conception.
That did not happen in 2021. You gotta give me a 2021 moment. Fuck Leon.
We've lost Leon. He's gone.
keep this all on.
20 minutes. Just 20 minutes of Leon laughing like a crazy person.
Can you get that clip for me? I want to make that my ringtone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Roman Reigns powering out of the Yes Lock.
But he's just so powerful, Roman Reigns.
Oh, fuck you. Seriously, that fucking just killed me.
I get it.
Especially after the way how fucking, like, I talked about it in our chat, like how smooth Daniel was reversing that spear into the lock. It was so pretty. I was like, holy fuck, he's actually gonna get it. And then it's, look at the power of Roman Reigns.
Me so strong.
Does he still have the steel blue eyes, or did they take the contact lenses out? I can't remember. For a while he had blue eyes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you fucking remember that for real? I mean,
Yeah.
what a fucking failure that's been.
Why? Why would they do that?
I am going to go ahead and say the worst wrestling moment of the year was WWE's quote-unquote budget cuts and the way they let all those people go. Because it's bullshit and they're just pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I think that was... I think when you have a historically successful year and you make more money than you ever have and you start firing people, you're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget who posted it. One of the releases, she posted on Twitter, like, you asked us to move, because a lot of these people were in the performance center, right? They're like, you asked us to move down here, uproot our entire family, and then you fire us. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
They don't give a fuck.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
They don't take care of their All right, we get to end on a fun note here because we're going to talk about the biggest moment of wrestling in 2021.
And how is Orange Cassidy involved?
He's not, unfortunately.
I am shocked.
So, Leon, biggest moment in 2021.
Biggest moment. Come back to me.
Bud Robinson, biggest moment in 2021.
I have a few. Do you have an answer?
Yeah, I do.
Would you mind going?
If you fuckers steal my answer.
You might have a really good one, though.
Okay. So the biggest moment to me in 2021 is the easiest moment. This was the easiest one to answer. The biggest moment in all of wrestling in 2021 was AEW Rampage, episode 2, in fucking Chicago, Illinois, when CM Punk came back from 7 years, and they blew the fucking roof off that place. Nothing gave me goosebumps like that. Nothing was cooler than that. Nothing changed the landscape more than that. That was a huge moment. To me, that was the biggest moment of the year. And that was a guy, I mean, the thing I liked about it was Fox was pissed off that he went to AEW. USA was pissed off that he went to AEW. Like, that went outside the wrestling spectrum because they're like, hey, that guy was a wrestler. Hey, that guy's really popular. Why don't we bring him back? And he basically said, fuck you. I'm going over here.
I don't even know that he said fuck you. I think he just said, no thanks.
Yeah. He just didn't care. I don't think he responded to him.
In my head, he said fuck you.
Sure. In theory, they would have offered him more money.
Oh, yeah.
But in the words of CM Punk, what would they have done to him? He would have debuted at the Royal Rumble. He would have gone to WrestleMania, and he might have won, but probably he would have lost. And then what? Nothing. Like,
they sort of have the same old.
They do the same thing with all of these guys. Like, fuck it, do something different. You know.
I just think in terms of reaction and what mattered and what made the headlines and what got eyes on the product, I don't think there's anything bigger than that this year. I think that was the moment of the year. When we talk about 2020 and 2021 in wrestling, CM Punk debuting to me is that moment where everybody went, holy fuck. I can't believe that just happened.
That's the moment when they got. I'm not sure how I want to say it. Like that was the moment when people started, when way more people started paying attention to AEW. Like people who had been WWE diehards for so long.
I think in a way, I think that All Out was in a way more important. But I don't think All Out happens the way it does if you don't have CM Punk debuting. I think this was the catalyst of that.
Yeah.
And the CM Punk reaction in Chicago, I have never heard anything like that. That was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It was.
They sold out this giant arena. It was the biggest crowd ever on a freaking, essentially what's a B show, though it's not. But you know what I'm saying? Like a show that's pretty much, it's recorded. It's usually an afterthought. They go live with it. They sell out this huge arena. And the fucking, they didn't fuck around.
No,
because they couldn't have had a match.
Right,
because the crowd never would have taken it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that show goes live and that crowd's just like fucking CM Punk straight up.
Yeah,
and then they did that little intro and then they just pan the crowd for like 30 seconds, and that fucking music hits and that place. I still watch it. Like I still watch it because it's just so fucking. Just the response, it's pure goosebumps. It was amazing. Just the response when that music hits and when his name pops up on the screen, because you never know, because we're trained as wrestling fans. Somebody else might have taken that music, and it might be somebody else, even though you know it's not.
Mm-hmm.
WWE's conditioned us to. You never know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But to
expect the carpet to be pulled out from underneath you.
Yeah, which AEW doesn't do, but it's really hard to recondition yourself to that. Just like with Hangman winning the belt, it was like they're not going to give it to him. I know they're going to do this. They're going to do something stupid. I just want him to win. And then they actually had him win. And I was like, this isn't WWE. I remember now.
Oh, right.
So, yeah. Either you want to... Leon's going to type his own answer in there? Is that what's going to happen? Oh, he's on buds. Leon, what biggest moment of 2021?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You're going to go CM Punk? Yeah. Bud Robinson.
I'm gonna go with CM Punk responding to MJF for the first time.
When they went face to face?
Yeah, when he came out and he like sticks his hand out and he just laughs and walks away.
I think that's
he didn't have to say anything, and that is like the perfect way to start something that's become huge. And as important as CM Punk was in Chicago, that was like as the start of a program. I think it just hooked me immediately, because Punk is not one to mince words, and in that situation, he's just like, "No, thank you," and he just left.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it was.
It was perfect. I think that's going to be a money feud. By the way, Leon changed his biggest moment to CM Punk joins AEW and makes Vince his shithouse bitch.
Oh, gorgeous. And with that, I think we'll call it a wrap. I am Bud Robinson, and my colleagues Town and Leon. You want to say your goodbyes?
I'm Town Drunk
Robinson.
Town Drunk Robinson. Oh, you took our family name! Did we adopt you, or did you just change your last name?
I think I married into the family.
Uh-oh. Who is it? Was it me?
Do you have a wedding ring on?
I don't.
But then it wasn't you.
Oh, fuck.
What are you getting me and Leon for our wedding?
As long as it wasn't Lisa, I'm okay. Whoever Lisa was.
I don't think she really existed, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
We'll see you next time on the Wrestling Hour with the Brewd.
That's the best sign off ever. All right, bye.
God bless Orange Cassidy. Okada and fucking hell, I'm doing horrible with names.
when you come back and you edit it, just have your voice come in and say the other name.
I'm just gonna cut all of this out.
Really randomly, just be like dreaming into the mic, put your mouth around the mic, going, oh.
It was Zack Sabre and some guy who just came back from a really serious injury.
You're really fucking selling me on this.
Yeah.
Some dude fought some guy.
No, but NJPW is really good. It is really good.
You just don't know any of the names.